Donald Trump tells crowd that Rudy Giuliani is in hospital with heart problem because of what they put him through. But before we continue, welcome again to my channel Royal Gist, where we give you the right update and all what you will need to know. So if you're new here or just passing by for the first time, please take some minutes of your time to subscribe, like and hit the notification button so that you won't miss any of our uploads. Donald Trump claimed that his former attorney, Rudy Giuliani, is in medical institution being dealt with for a coronary heart circumstance that he stated changed into the end result of what the political left has positioned him through. On Friday night, the previous U.S. president attended a rally in Nevada in which he stumped for the two applicants he encouraged with inside the Republican primaries, gubernatorial nominee Joe Lombardo and Senate nominee Adam Laxalt. Throughout the address, the one-time period president lauded his applicants as being exceptional. However, in conventional Trumpian style, he quickly started pivoting from an endorsing speech to extra meandering feedback, approximately different warm button speaking points. At one factor for the duration of his rally, held on the Treasure Island Motel at the Las Vegas Strip as a part of the previous president's Save America PAC marketing campaign forestall, he grew to become his speech to the subject of regulation and order. Or, extra specifically, lauding the paintings that Mr. Giuliani accomplished whilst he served because the mayor of New York from 1994 to the stop of 2001. If America restored a right technique to policing, prosecuting and jailing, we might straight away reduce violent crime in our predominant cities, stated Mr. Trump, without bringing up any supply for the one's figures. Under the finest mayor in New York City in history, Rudy Giuliani, and he doesn't realize I changed into gonna say that, he's watching, Mr. Trump started, earlier than noting that his former guide, who's a staunch defender of the twice impeached president's big lie, changed into in medical institution getting well. He had a coronary heart trouble, he stated, earlier than casting the blame for that coronary heart trouble on an unspecified day. He's in a medical institution. Can you accept as true with it what they positioned Rudy through? Mr. Giuliani this week changed into subpoenaed with the aid of using the Fulton County, Georgia grand jury investigating the previous president's tries to overturn Joe Biden's 2020 election victory, along South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham and plenty of advisors and lawyers who performed key roles with inside the scheme to overturn the results. On Tuesday, Mr. Giuliani's son, Andrew, who have been campaigning along his father for weeks in his failed bid for New York governor, showed in an interview that the previous New York mayor had passed through a coronary heart stent surgical treatment on the way to clean clogged arteries. They're changed into a touch little bit of a scare with inside the Giuliani family, Andrew Giuliani stated, whilst status in for his father on his radio display on 77 WABC. The more youthful Giuliani advised the New York Post in an interview this week that his father had reportedly been experiencing a few soreness whilst on his marketing campaign path for the Republican gubernatorial marketing campaign, however didn't permit until after the number one had wrapped. Mr. Giuliani misplaced the Republican number one for governor to Representative Lee Zeldin, who will now rectangular off in opposition to Democratic incumbent Governor Kathy Hochul with inside the November midterms. In the subpoena issued in opposition to Mr. Giuliani, Senator Graham and different Trump loyalists, the grand jury is calling into whether or not they or Mr. Trump himself violated any Georgia legal guidelines, whilst there has been a try to sway Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger and Governor Brian Kemp to forestall the certification of Mr. Biden's win with inside the state. Mr. Trump's subsequent forestall for the weekend of rallies could be in Alaska, in which he could be stumping for Kelly Tshibaka, a Republican who's in search of to United States of America Senator Lisa Murkowski, who famously voted to convict Mr. Trump after his 2D impeachment trial after the Jan 6 Capitol riot at the GOP price tag for the Senate. The Alaska number one is scheduled for 16 August. Thanks for watching till the end.